Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more EU for the Third Rome, playing as Moravia. Independent, 4 provinces, still kicking. Well, I'm trying to deal with some of these rebels and stuff, but otherwise, I don't know, not a lot happening right now. I mean, we can't really go to war with Austria or Hungary to our south, can't go to the war with Silesia or Bohemia, and we're allied to Poland. We're kind of stuck here for a few years, unfortunately. And I don't think that my truce timer expires until... yeah, 1467. So at least for a few more years, we're kind of stuck where we are right now. Which does really suck. I mean, the fact that Austria got a personal union over Hungary was pretty much one of the worst things that possibly could have happened. As far as my long-term growth plans here. Which I suppose is not, you know, it kind of offsets the benefit of having Poland and Lithuania not form a personal union. Which I don't know. I will say, anecdotally, I have no... this is just anecdotal, so I know it doesn't actually mean anything, but anecdotally, I swear that I've seen games with Poland and Lithuania not forming the Union far more often lately. And I have no idea why that would be the case. But it just seems to be happening more. It's kind of bizarre, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and fabricate some claims on, let's say, Breslau. There we go. Hey, by the way, I saw something kind of cool. I was doing a little bit of reading on the Czech Republic. Since that's where I'm playing, I mean, why not? Czech Republic, or Czechia, I suppose some people might call it. But something I noticed, the greater coat of arms for the Czech Republic actually is all 3 of these flags. It's got like 2 of these, this exact Bohemia flag right here, one like the top left and the bottom right. And then there's the Moravia one on the top right and the Silesia one on the bottom left. It's got all 3 of these flags together. I just think that's kind of cool. It's like one of those things where it's like, Paradox, well done. You know, you did it right. You did it right. And I'm pleased with you. Savoy broke their alliance with Austria. Interesting. Rebels fired, and they're... well, they seem to be a small enough group that we should be able to put them down, especially if we keep rolling 9s. Well done. Crash! Thank you. Leader trait gained. Land attrition reduction. That's not the worst thing in the world, actually, for a small nation that's trying to maintain its manpower. It's actually pretty darn good. We can afford to reduce our army maintenance for a little bit. Save ourselves a little bit of money. Since I don't really have any more rebels at the moment, and hopefully with Poland and Lithuania defending me, I don't think anyone will want to attack. Also, we can afford to get level 5 military tech and upgrade the infantry, which we should probably go ahead and do now. Let's see, what kind do we want? Very offensive, maybe a little bit of defense. I don't know if defensive morale really works for me here. Maybe we'll go for the longbow to be safe. We could play it more defensive. I mean, that is pretty good once you get some cannons and stuff, but let's go for the longbow for now. Longbows are pretty good, right? I think so. Oh, Lithuania and Poland, have fun with the Teutons. I wish I could get in on that action. I would love nothing better than to kill the Teutons. The Teutons? But alas, I have not been invited to this party. Who's this? Mazovia. Wait a minute. Mazovia, who are you? Oh. Wait. Oh, I apologize. For some reason I thought the Lithuania was attacking the Teutons. No, they attacked Mazovia to take their land, but they were guaranteed by the Teutons, which is why they are fighting. Got it. I understand now. I mean, I'm not stupid, I promise. What's this? An advisor has died. Great. Foreign contacts has expired in Moravia. There we go. I keep wanting to call it Moravia, by the way. Hey, Pomerania ate a bunch of Brandenburg. Well, that's going to be fun. When I eventually conquer all of Silesia, you might be my new target. We'll try working our way toward the Baltic Sea. And then we'll just push east. Eat as much of the Teutons as possible. Get nice and strong. One thing I really want to try doing, since we are playing in the HRE and we are on the edge of the HRE, is I kind of would prefer to expand to territories that are currently outside of it. One, because that means I don't incur the wrath of the Emperor, or any of the other allies of the aggressive expansion in the HRE. And 2, if I ever do eventually become the Emperor, I can add a whole bunch of land to the Empire in order to gain Imperial authority and try to pass through some of those reforms. At least in theory. So fighting Hungary, Poland, the Teutons and stuff, that all sounds very ideal. Like, frankly, I'd like to take over this entire chunk of the world. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I mean, the way things are currently going, Hungary's not accessible. And Poland and Lithuania are my buddies. So I have no idea yet, but... it's a thought, dang it. Something we might try. You know, one thing I am thinking I want to do, though. Oh, did we get caught? I think we got caught. Yeah, we can't do anything else here. Darn, it's a shame. One thing I would like to do in the next war with Bohemia, which we can't do until 1467, so we have 10 more years to wait. But what I think I might want to do, instead of taking more land and risking the unlawful territory, perhaps I can take Silesia as my own vassal, and then in a few years I can annex them, and I don't think I have to worry about the imperial unlawful territory there. Now, granted, I suspect we'll get quite a bit of aggressive expansion for doing that, so that could be a problem still. I'm not especially sure, but it'll be something to try. I mean, we'll see what the next peace deal looks like, but we have a few years to wait before that becomes a reality anyway. Cardinal across the border. Sometimes we have the chance to set something into motion without seeming to have done anything. One such chance has arrived recently with a cardinal living on the soil of one of our neighbors, admitted to an agent from Moravia that he would consider moving. Okay, we could gain some corruption and lose a little bit of money. And Bohemia loses a cardinal. There's a chance that they would get and they would find out and they'd be angry, but we have a truce timer. So you know what? I am prepared to spend a little bit of money on corruption. Gimme. Okay, I have a cardinal now. Yay! That actually is good. That greatly increases the amount of papal influence that we will be getting, so I do kind of like that. All right, we're maxed out with Poland right now. We're doing okay with Lithuania. We could improve relations with them a fair bit more. We could also really stand to improve a fair bit more with the Emperor. Well, let's see. It's really the unlawful territory that's kind of killing us on this front right now. We can only gain 15 more opinion. Although it is going down by 3 per year. Good lord. Feels like a lot. Anyone else want to make happy with us? Saxony? What about you, Saxony? Now, everyone in the HRE is just very upset that I have unlawful territory. Still would probably be worth it. Let's try improving with Saxony for a little bit. Just try not to let them hate me. It'd be very nice if we could somehow use them against Bohemia, you know? But the way things currently stand, it's going to be a long time before I have enough favors to pull Poland or Lithuania into a war against Bohemia. So odds are pretty good. What's this? I'll take a look at that in a second. Odds are pretty good that if I want to fight Bohemia, I'll be doing it alone. Which means I may have to wait until the next time Bohemia is involved in a war. Just like last time, and then we'll capitalize on that. That'd be good. Or we have to wait 30 years. I mean, it's one of the two. Cessation at church functions. Noble families were often granted control over church lands, and appointments were made in many states in exchange for cash contributions to the crown's efforts. The crown, of course, lost control of some revenues this way in exchange for a short-term boost to revenue. Lose taxes, gain 24 ducats, and yearly papal influence. That's interesting. We gain yearly papal influence as if I made the church happy, but the clergy lose loyalty and the nobility gain it. Or, oh god, stability. Worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it. Because right now, the most that I lose, really, is going to be 20 papal influence, right? Well, stability costs 100, so I think that's a fantastic deal. Let's take the stability. Yes, please. Thank you, sir. Okay. How are we doing as far as... we can't get any more troops. We could probably afford to grab ourselves a new temple. Let's go ahead and build one of those in our capital, gain an extra 0.13 ducats per month. Probably worth, right? 0.13 can add up. It's a lot of ducats, I mean to say. Also ducks. Truce with Hungary has expired. Oh dear. We are not improving relations very fast. Oh, that's because we're maxed out with Bavaria. Well, gosh dang it. Let's get out of there. It was pointless. Hi, Silesia. I'd be willing to support your independence if you would then lose your independence to me. No? Oh, okay. Improve with the Emperor? Wouldn't gain me much. Hungary? It's personal union. Doesn't really matter. Teutons? Pomerania, maybe. Pomerania, maybe, actually. Hi, Pomerania. Let's be friends. If this is a little bit more boring to you guys, then I do apologize. I mean, this is just sort of one of the ways the HRE works. I say that as somebody who's never played in the HRE, but I know a little bit about it. You play the diplomatic game a lot. It can get frustrating and kind of slow, especially since we started in a very precarious position here. But it's still pretty darn good for us. I'd love nothing better, actually, to have been able to kill Poland. I mean, if they've only got 10,000 troops, that's pretty easy for me to deal with. They don't have a ton of development. But they are still allied to Lithuania, so, I mean, it wasn't going to happen. Even so. Even so. They are still claiming the throne, by the way. I really hope Poland gets, well, I mean, he's got a weak heir. Lithuania could very well decide to just straight up attack them, but I'm not sure how that works for them at this point. Don't they have to break the alliance, get a 5-year truce timer, And by then, he'll be 14 years old, so if they don't act pretty quickly, I'm not sure how that works for them. But yeah, Poland would be an obvious choice for expansion for me. Very obvious. If only I could break up that relationship between Poland and Lithuania. It might be worth, at some point, declaring a war, calling Lithuania in as an ally, winning that war, or getting very close to it, and then before it ends, declare my own separate war on Poland. You know, something like that. We'd have to break the truce timer 5 years ahead of time, but that would be the idea. Influence in the Curia has expired. Darn! I liked that. Oh well. Hey, does anyone else want to be friends? Let's take a look-see. Magdeburg is the only one who's interested. Now, that's not good enough for me. So no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, we just sit back and try making some money, what little we can. Did we finish building the temple? We did. So now we are making 2.31 ducats. One thing I want to check real quick. Instead of collecting funds here, let's call the merchant. We are currently making 0.54 ducats in trade. Would it be better if I... Ooh, this would be good. I could really use legitimacy and prestige. Yeah, build a great palace. I'm wondering if it'd be better to try and steer more money in there and get me some stacking caravan power that way. So let's transfer trade power like this. And we'll wait to the end of the month. And I am making 0.52. Was I making 0.51 or 0.54 before? I feel like it was 0.54, so that doesn't seem to have really helped me much. Let's try not doing Vienna. And collect from trade here instead. Okay. It's the exact same. Doesn't appear to have mattered that much. Oh well. I try optimizing my trade once in a while. I've seen comments in the past, people saying, could you please optimize your trade better, because you're really not doing a good job of it. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, probably true, but... First off, generally, if I'm at the point where I usually get to a point where I snowball out of control. I mean, last game I had 90,000 ducats. There comes a point where it's just like, it's really, literally not worth my time trying to optimize this anymore. But, even so. Let's go for the Palatinate for a little bit. So that's one of the reasons I get kind of lazy about it, but even then, trade is just one of those things where I usually have to kind of do some trial and error experimentation. And I don't look at the trade map mode and I just instinctively know what's going to be best. Sometimes, but sometimes not. Hi, Poland! We budses! You want to be buds? Let's be buds. Getting pretty high up there on power, and I still can't take more tech because of the institution penalty. How's the institution looking right now? Renaissance. Hello, Austria. You brought it up to me. Thank you. It's only 10% present. We may not want to take any more well, I'm trying to decide, do we want to take the next level of tech? Are we close? Are we early enough in this that it's worth it? Yeah, probably, just so I can unlock the idea group at the very least. But then we'll probably hold off on tech until we embrace the institution, because it's getting kind of close. Kind of close. I mean, by kind of close, I mean it's going very slowly still, but... European 10 Development Province. Wow, just by being in Europe. See, this is gonna spoil me a lot, because in the last game, we had to kind of force the gosh dang institutions into Asia. But man, this is gonna be nice. I like this. Ooh. Ansbach just ate Bamberg. Huh, that was interesting. Not long ago, you were under siege from the Palatinate. How'd that happen? Palatinate, did you take him as a vassal? No. No, you did not. I still have too many diplomatic relations. It's such a dang shame. Really would like to have been allied to the Emperor. I really, really would. Let's improve relations with them for a little bit. You don't understand. Being allied to the Emperor gives you pretty much free reign to do almost anything you want. Bohemia, how did you lose so many troops? You're down to 9 now? How'd that happen? You had like 12. Are you losing money? You might be going bankrupt and having to get rid of some troops. I mean, that'd be good for me. Let's go ahead and grab those ideas. So as far as what idea group we should go for, very good question. Big fan of things like innovative ideas. What kind of power do we anticipate having a lot of? Probably military, but I'm kind of looking at diplomatic and thinking this is really, really important in the early game, especially in the HRE. Extra diplomats are great. Diplomatic relations can be nice. That's meh. Improved relations is fantastic. Diplomatic reputation +2, also very strong. War score cost is okay. Diplo tech costs for the rest of the game will save me many hundreds of monarch points. And then lowered impact on stability from diplomatic relations. Very solid. This might be worth it. What about espionage, though? I've never really considered this. No. No, probably not, but it's still interesting. Espionage, they've tried so many times to make this viable, and it's just not quite good enough. It was one thing back when espionage had the ability to steal and like steal technology and actually reduce your tech cost. But then they made that kind of a generic thing. Influence ideas will be fantastic for us at some point. But we don't have any vassals right now. That aggressive expansion impact, though, that cannot be understated how useful that is. That's amazingly good. To be honest, if I'm playing in the HRE, I'm very tempted to say go for Diplo ideas first, then maybe something like offensive or quality, or maybe even quantity, considering we're a small nation. Quantity could be good. And then go for influence ideas after that, like 2 Diplo groups pretty early on. Those are so powerful. 20% reduction will save me many years of negative relations and protect me from coalitions, which in the HRE become pretty substantial. Of course, again, that hurts my heart a little bit because admin idea groups are my absolute favorite. I love them all. With the exception of expansion ideas. I don't like them. They suck. But everything else is pretty solid. Innovative, one of my favorites. Religious, can be situationally really good. Economic, not bad. Humanist, pretty strong. Administrative, fantastic. I like them a lot. But I think we have to go for the diplomatic. My gut says that this is the best one for us to go for right now. I would go for the idea, but let's save up for the tech before the institution penalty gets too severe. How are we doing as far as money? Pretty reasonable. I could go for a advisor, but I'd also really like to continue getting more money first. Just kind of put myself in a better position financially. So I kind of want to save up for another. I want to save up for another temple. I think that's just gonna have to be the best thing we can do. A good harvest. Hooray! Money. Oh wait, no, admin power. Admin power is better. You still have to go for the admin power. When in doubt, power's better than money. Very rare exceptions to that rule in this game. All right, let's call off of Austria. That does nothing for me. Still looking pretty good with most of our allies. The Teutons took land back from Pomerania here. Or, no, sorry, this used to belong to Brandenburg, right? Or did Brandenburg take this from them? I have no idea. Anyone want to be allies? Ooh, hang on, yes. Bavaria would like to be an ally, so would Saxony. Ooh, this offers me some opportunities. Yes. Now, I'm hesitant to get too many allies in the HRE itself. That puts me at a lot of risk. Like, what if we have an aggressive emperor who wants to kill Bavaria? But Saxony could be useful to me, actually. They're going to be a good strategic location for a while. Saxony, let's be friends. Boom. Alright, we're friends with Saxony, and I accept a royal marriage offer. Let's get married. Who hates you, by the way? Pomerania, Bavaria, Hesse, Anhalt. I'm not too worried about any of them right now. Let's improve relations with the Teutons for a little bit. Let's just try to make sure that people don't get too upset with me as I have aggressive expansion. We are still just a few years away from being able to go for another war. Bohemia is looking weaker and weaker every day to me right now, which is just excellent. Whoa! They annexed Silesia! Alright, I guess I should have seen that coming. That makes this a little bit tougher. Of course, I could force them to release a nation that becomes my vassal. That could be good. Something to think about. This puts me in a really awkward position now. So call off of the Palatinate for a bit. So, we can't go to war with you right now. We'd be breaking a truce. But, no one would be willing to join. I mean, I can't even offer Saxony any land. Saxony, when do I get favors with you? Every year. So in 10 years, I'll have enough to get Saxony in on the war. Poland, only 3 favors right now. It's not going to be enough. Lithuania, same deal. Yeah, I'd have to go at this alone. Little hard to do. Unless they decide to declare war on me, which would actually be preferable in a lot of ways. But yeah. Oh no, our general died. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I really wanted to take Silesia as my own vassal there. That would have been optimal. Now we're kind of stuck without it. Let's go for the tech. We're now 3 years ahead of time. There we go. Done. New church. Let's build a temple. 0.09 is acceptable to me at this point. It's going to have to do. Successful embassy. Austria likes me better. Nice. We could counter-spy and try to stop them from spying on me, which I'm fairly confident they are doing. They still have no allies, which is very convenient for me. Austria... Oh, wait, they have a cast display against Austria. I don't think Austria has one against them, though. Let's build a spy network on them for a little bit, sort of see what they're doing. I'm not sure what I can do, but there is a chance we could beat them in a one-on-one fight right now. I mean, we have as many troops as they do. We have more cavalry, in fact. You know what would be really good? What would be really good is being able to unlock the next level of military tech first and then get them. That'd be great. And honestly, we're not that far off of being able to get this on time. We're 2 years ahead of time. We'll be able to have enough power in about 2 years. I mean, maybe. We're getting really close. It's just I won't be able to declare war on them until, what was it? It was 1467. Yeah, we'll be able to get this tech, and then very soon afterwards, about a year afterwards, our truce expires. Maybe we can go kill them? Oh, they're training up more troops. Now, that doesn't necessarily stop me. What I could do is deliberately build over my force limit. We'd be paying a lot of money for it, but we could get more troops to try and beat them. Or we could get mercs, also an option. I'm going to go ahead and lose the tax modifier for a little while. Just, it's not really worth losing the stability. Commandant died, huh? So what can I do to screw with you? I don't think I can do much of anything, to be honest. See, here's the problem. I can't take this land for myself and then release a nation. It's just not going to be an option. Because if I do that, then I'll have to give away Ratibor, which I don't want to do. So I may have very little choice now, but to take land from Bohemia directly. I don't know. I have to kind of think that through. Honestly, I'm not sure what the best course of action will be. Could support some rebels. That would be interesting. So discontent's not going to be able to until we have more Diplotech. Yeah, as far as spying, there's not a lot I can do. I could support the rebels, but what would that get me, really? I'm not especially sure. Yes, I know, I can make states, Silesia, but I want the rest of these. I want the rest of this territory. This is awkward, no? I think so. I'm not accustomed to sort of sitting here on my thumbs for so long. It's just not... It's not ideal to me. A couple people still want to be friends, but that's about it. Fabricate a claim. Let's see. Oh, Silesia. I don't know. I mean, we know we have to go to war with them regardless, relatively soon. It's just, I have to kind of think through what we're going to do. Can take the military tech. We're about a year ahead of time, though, so we will wait. That's interesting. I just saw Bohemia increase their morale. Are they getting ready for war? Well, they can't go to war with me yet. Who you have truces expiring with? Me. Unless you're planning on going to war with, let's say, Bavaria or Saxony or something. You might be getting in position to go and fight. No, you don't know what you're doing. But you increased your morale. You're scaring me a little bit, Bohemia. What are you doing? I guess we go for a... claim here. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll pull off of you for a bit. Could improve with Brandenburg for a bit, which I guess I'll go ahead and do. The Emperor is relatively okay with me. He's not ecstatic, but he's okay. Poland, we can improve with Lithuania for a little bit. Go ahead and do that first. It's January. Let's go ahead and grab the tech. Done. Okay, now we can build things like barracks. That's good. Cannons are coming up soon. And by soon, I mean in 13 years. Getting cannons early is a huge advantage, if no one else can get them. It goes a long, long way, man. Long, long, long way. I don't know, man. Ottomans have rivaled Poland. Ooh, that scares me a little bit. Wallachia. I've been watching the new Castlevania show on Netflix. Down in here. I was like, I know where that is! It was exciting, actually. Thank you, EU4, for improving my geographical skills. Noble families feud. Crap. Raise up the army maintenance. We could side with a family. We'd have to fight in the Highlands. We could beat that, or we could accept some autonomy. Autonomy would cost me a bit of manpower and money. Probably cost me about 0.1 ducats. I will spend way more than that reinforcing an army, though, to be honest. I'm going to give them local autonomy. Yeah, I'll lose way more than the 0.1 ducats, just from army maintenance. Poland annexed Moldavia. Okay. Poland's looking stronger. Poland has rivaled... Uh-oh. Well, that bodes badly for me. Poland, Austria, don't fight. I don't want you to. You don't understand. Poland declared war on the Teutons. Call me in, buddy. Call me in. I'll help. I'll get the favors. Please. Dang it. You're like, nah, we can handle this on our own. All right, man. You know, you do you. You go for it. It's fine. I don't want to be involved anyway. Truce expires soon. Oh, I can rival... I'm not going to rival Poland. That's a terrible idea. Truce expires in October. I guess now is the time to decide if we want to train up some more troops and go over our force limit for a while. It would cost me mostly money. If I go up to full army maintenance, I'm not making much of anything, is the problem. Which means I guarantee you I'll be running into debt for as long as that is happening. Now, if we win the war quickly and decisively, it won't matter. But without any allies, I'm just thinking that's very difficult to do. We don't have enough favors with anybody. Yeah. Oh, we get favors with Poland faster now. That's fun. Yeah, I think we're kind of stuck for a bit. I think we have to wait until Bohemia makes the first move on somebody. Whether that's me and they risk the full wrath of everybody on their doorstep, or let's say a conquest war against the Palatinate, Bavaria, something, anything, Bohemia, anything at all. Hey, we finally got something good for somebody. Our heir, Ferdinand. Advisor cost reduction. I don't have any of those yet, but that's going to make it a lot easier in the future. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do here. I want to attack them now. Badly. But we cannot win decisively enough to justify that. I don't even have a proper fort. We can't win this without allies right now. We're going to have to wait. Bohemia was spying on me. Shocker. Okay, our truce with them just ended, so they could now do something to me. I have to raise my army maintenance. Tech. We could go for the workshops. Sure. Can now build workshops. Will anything get me a lot of money? 0.07? It's alright. 0.07 there too, actually. Trade? Fort can afford. Manpower? Ugh, I don't know. I don't know, everybody. It's, bit of a pickle I find myself in right here now, ain't it? I would love nothing better than to humiliate you. Bohemia. Power projection would be great right about now. Decisions available. Pass the De Heretico Comburendo Act. Catholicism gains reform desire, and we get missionary strength and tax modifier until the end of the game. Sweet. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Why not? How's it going there, Poland? Seem to be having some trouble there. I mean, who all are you fighting, really, when you think about it? You're fighting Riga, too, huh? Oh, that's a fun situation to be in now, ain't it? Alright. Well, thank you all very much for watching. Kind of an uneventful episode as we kind of rebuild ourselves and get in position. Now I have to decide what's best. How do we attack Bohemia without taking too many losses, winning the war, taking lands without upsetting the Emperor too much? Because at this point, he already isn't going to like me because we're allied to his rival, so bit of a problem there. We'll have to figure that out. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see y'all next time. Bye-bye.